Happy Facebook Ad Friday. So today's ad is going to be one that you don't need a listing for. You just need an agent website, which you should all have. So right now I'm in Command. I'm going to start by just going into campaigns and I'm going to start building this out. So it's super easy to get started. I'm just going to create a new campaign and it is going to be a paid social ad. So the one I'm going to be doing is on downtown Fayetteville. And we are going to be attracting buyers, and my campaign will run on Facebook. So you have the option of Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm just going to stick with Facebook. I've heard people have the best results with using Facebook or Instagram. I haven't really heard that great of things about Twitter. It's up to you though. I'm going to set up my campaign. And then honestly, this is the hardest part, building out the actual ad. So it's going to take a minute, populate our logo. And then over here on the right side, you have what your ad is going to look like. So you really have kind of three little text boxes. Honestly, I think this is the most difficult part. I'll usually think of this beforehand. So I'm just going to go with baseball season is coming up. We have a house for you in downtown Fayetteville. Be within walking distance of shopping, restaurants, historic buildings, and Segra Stadium. Be close to the action. It's pretty simple. I think, short and sweet. You want it to fit in this allotted kind of area. You are limited to 250. It recommends 125 characters or less. I usually go a little bit over that. It's fine. You also have the ability to use emojis if that's something you want to do. So whether you're an emoji person or you're not, there's an option for you. So your headline is going to be this text right here. So this is going to kind of be what catches their attention first because it's the biggest text. So I'm going to say, click learn more to explore downtown, because when you're doing ads like these, the biggest goal is to get whoever is viewing it to click this learn more button. So I always like to kind of reiterate what they're going to get by clicking this learn more. So if it's a listing, I always like to say, click learn more to see more photos, pricing, to schedule a showing, something like that. So they can see that by clicking learn more and putting in their information, they're actually getting something out of it. Your description. So this only shows up in some placements. I don't entirely know the logic behind it, but anything you put in here, you want it to add to be beneficial to your ad, but not, be completely detrimental if it doesn't show up. So usually it will give you kind of examples. I guess it doesn't do that anymore. We'll just say, I'm going to say make downtown Fayetteville your home today, because, if this ad, if it shows, that's great. If it doesn't show, we still get the gist of the ad. I'm going to save ad text. And we just did the hardest part of that. Add media. So that is going to be the image that shows. You can have up to 5. I'm just going to go with 1. I already have mine set up. I will show you where I got that from when we get to where I pull my link from. I'm going to select media. And this one, I'm going to add images and just upload it from my computer. So let me find that. Okay, preview and crop image. You always have to size your images for when they're getting uploaded. I already have mine formatted as a square, so I'm just going to leave it as is and save image. So it pops it up over there. You have to choose if you want your logo to go on the left side or the right side. It's pretty simple. It's kind of just up to you. I'm going to go with the right. I'm going to save my ad media. And then really at this point, my ad is built. So, the hardest part next is just kind of configuring my channel and deciding who I'm marketing this towards. So I'm going to open up my Facebook ad. So this is important. You cannot run a Facebook ad through a personal profile. It has to be through a business page, which you have to have connected in your settings. So once I do that, it changes it to our actual Keller Williams-Fayetteville Facebook page. So that's our actual logo and the name of our page, just so we can see once again what this is going to look like. Your destination is really important. Use Facebook lead generation form. It means that when they click this learn more button, a screen pops up where they have to put in their name, their phone number, and their email. And if they do that and they submit, that's what captures them as a lead. So it depends on the goal of your ad, really. If you're doing this to capture leads, you are going to want to use this one. If you are trying to just get this ad out to as many people as possible and you really want to go for views and not leads, you could use this site or landing page option. Facebook is going to go for the most views. Usually with going for leads, I get maybe 1,000 to 2,000 views. When I go for views, I get 15,000 plus. So think about that. But you're less likely to capture any leads this way, because the only way to capture them as a lead, if you're using a site or a landing page, what happens here, they click learn more, they go to whatever URL that you have and they can see your information, and one of two things will happen. They can put in their contact information if you have a little like connect with me box, or they can just close it out. If they just close it out, you're never going to know that they were on your page. But if they type in the contact box, they'll show up as a lead. That doesn't happen very often, but it's not completely impossible. So kind of think about that beforehand. Are you going for leads, or are you going to get information out there to as many people as possible? I am going for leads since I run these for the Market Center, so I'm going to leave that as that. Your button call to action label. So that's what we're drawing attention to. I knew I was going to use learn more from the beginning, so I left it as that. You have learn more, sign up, and apply now. So learn more is really the only one that makes sense in this instance. Your follow-up destination URL. So when they click learn more and they give me their information, they need to be able to go somewhere. So since I'm doing one on downtown Fayetteville, I'm going to pull my URL based off of that. So what I have open is our Market Center website. You, of course, would use your own website if you wanted to do something like this, but I will show you how you can pull in any neighborhood URL. So you could run an ad like this on any neighborhood in Fayetteville. I'm going to scroll down to find your dream home, and I'm going to type in downtown Fayetteville because that is what the neighborhood name is called. So you can see under neighborhoods, downtown Fayetteville. So you can really search whatever neighborhood. If you want to run one on Gates 4, Kings Grant, Haymount, it should have a neighborhood page. So I'm going to open that up. And it pulls this up. So if I scroll out of this map, give it a minute to load. So you can see all of the blue barriers are different neighborhoods. So I have downtown Fayetteville, Grove View Terrace, Historic Haymount, General Lee Park. Yeah.
Where's the leak at?
In the kitchen.
Is it the one there?
All right. Okay. So the neighborhood view right here. So we see downtown Fayetteville. We want to explore neighborhood. And then this is going to be the neighborhood page for downtown Fayetteville. So you can see what all information they're going to get. They can see what the locals say about it, what the average home price is, what the average days on market. So these are the current stats of the market snapshot, sold stats, what locals say. So you can kind of use what these locals say as part of your ad. So when I talked about, historic buildings, live experiences, you can definitely kind of tune into that. They have an option to search for a place. So if they want to see how far away they work from this neighborhood, they can do that. They can see nearby schools and nearby places. And then finally, they can see whatever homes are for sale. And then nearby neighborhoods. So I'm just going to copy this link because this is what I'm going to use as my click-through URL. I'm going to go back to where I was building out my ad. And this is going to be my follow-up destination URL. So I'm going to clear out that and just paste it in. It's going to take a minute and kind of think about it. And then it's going to give me a check mark and it is good to go. So some examples you can use. You can use anything from your agent site. If you just wanted to use the homepage of your agent site, that's something that you could do. If you wanted to run an ad on houses that are less than a certain price, You can filter that in here. So anything like less than a certain price, 3 bedrooms or more, price reduced in the last 7 days. Any filters you make in here, when you copy this URL and use it as your destination URL, whenever they click it, it's going to hold true to those filters. So it's kind of cool. You can do, if you click on choose landing page, you're going to have every page of your agent site. So you'll have a home page, your download my app, your about me page, anything like that. You can use as an easy click through link. You can even build out your own landing page. So really the options are limitless. It just kind of depends what you want them to click through to. Add targeting. So my default is 20 miles within Fayetteville. I could change that if I wanted to. I just need to toggle on use custom settings. If I wanted to bump this up to 25, we'll go with that. We'll leave it there. Expert targeting is completely optional. I recommend kind of playing with this and see what gets you the best results. I've heard kind of mixed things. Some people swear by using interest. Some people say that they get better leads when they don't use any interest. Honestly, I haven't really been using them that much lately, and we've been doing just fine. But some options that I always recommend. So something like realtor.com. But I always tell everybody, you know, use realtor.com, not realtor.com Pro, because I don't think you want to capture other real estate agents as your leads. Same thing with Zillow. So you want to use Zillow, not Premier Agent. You can search things. Really, you can search almost anything and see if anything pops up. Like if you search homes, we'll probably get homes.com. You can search pool. So swimming pools, if the house has a pool. If you want to search things like finance, mortgage, investing, all of those are options that you could use. What this is designed to do is to tailor who this ad is in front of and help put the ad in front of people who are most likely to be interested in it. So I guess where we kind of find that people do wrong is they pick way too many interests and they kind of funnel how many people are going to see it, and they just don't get that great of results. So I maybe, you know, pick and choose a few and then go with it, but maybe not pick, you know, 27, but it's up to you. I recommend playing with it. Honestly, I really don't think it makes that much of a difference. I'm going to save Facebook ad. And then last is duration and budget. So at this point, you're pretty much done. I do recommend having a budget in mind ahead of time. I always do $20 a week, and I always run mine Monday through Friday. So it gives me 4 full days. I knock this down to 20, and it puts me at $5 daily per channel, a channel being Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm only using one channel for this. And then also this kind of setup, play around with it. If 4 days at $20 isn't working for you, maybe try 10 days at $50. Try 2 days at $20. See what works, see what gets you the most leads. It's going to be different just based on the ad and how many ads you're running and all of that. I'm going to save duration and budget. And then at this point, I'm ready to publish my ad. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit publish campaign. My card information is in here. So if you haven't had that put in there already, you'll have to add it. And then I wait for it to publish. And then what's going to happen is it is going to go through a review process. So if it's 11 o'clock at night, I do not recommend this and having it set to start tomorrow. It has to be reviewed by Facebook. It has to meet their terms and guidelines. So right now you can see that it is pending review. Once it goes active, it will turn green and it will say active. So, and then all of these numbers will update in live time. So I have the CPM, which is the cost per 1,000 clicks. CPC is cost per click, and then CPLC is cost per lead captured, and then how much you spent. So it doesn't take all, it will charge you your $20 at once, but it doesn't deposit all of that $20 into the ad at once. So like for this one, it was performing really poorly. And at $8.69, I decided to stop it. So I got the rest back at credit. So if you're running your first ad and you put $50 into it, and 2 days into a 10-day ad, it's really not doing that well, you can stop it and you'll get that as credit to run, your next ad, and you can try again. It's really trial and error and really just what works. So I hope this helps. Once again, happy Facebook Friday. If you need anything or have any questions, just let me know. But enjoy the rest of your days.